Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. On this episode, we are going to wrap up the wrecked ship a little bit. And before we do that, we need to get a few hidden missiles and hidden items. So, up here, it's not too difficult. The frame by frame will kind of show you where to jump at the last minute here. And then you kind of wall jump here, and you can get the missile without a problem. Takes a little bit of practice, but that's okay. At any rate, the missile here, jump up, morph ball, get out of here, and then go back down again because we need to, well, get another item in the wrecked ship. The main item. The main event. The reason why we had to go to the wrecked ship in the first place, really. And the item we're about to get is pretty much required. I mean, there have been some interesting attempts to not get the item in certain completions of this game, but I'm not that skilled. I'm not that skilled. And I like how this game kind of forces you to go here because if you get to this area, you're sealed in this room and you have to kind of figure out what to do. So you go all the way to the end and you're like, oh, okay. It's pretty obvious. Let's just become a morph ball here. I guess. Well, it's obvious to me, but then again, I've played this game 100 times, so. And I wish there was a way to speed this part up, but honestly, you can't do that unless you're on an emulator. So, and if you're playing on an emulator, sure, you can speed through this. You don't have to wait through it. Some animations in the game you just simply can't get around. And up here, we go over to the right. Here I was really careful because I was almost out of power bombs. And that sucks. Because you obviously need a power bomb at this point. I was cutting it a little too close. I like how there's a lot of secrets in the wrecked ship. And I don't know why I was using the grappling hook there and didn't change it, but whatever. And here's our gravity suit. Changes the color of our character there, and it gives us a couple of extra abilities. Namely, we can survive in some lava, and we can also jump in water. Well, jump normally in water, like we couldn't normally. So it gives us the ability to go through different areas, like this, for example. And now that we have the gravity suit, what area do you think we're going to head to next? Well, eventually we'll get there. Eventually. We've got a few other things we've got to take care of first. There's a few other secrets now that we have the gravity suit and the speed booster that we can get, and it behooves us to get those, definitely. I like that little section right there with the little glass tubule. Little tunnel. Here I need a little bit of extra energy, and I got sick and tired of being out of missiles and power bombs, so yes, I know this takes up a little bit of time, but I figured, why not? I may be okay at this game, but I'm not an expert by any means. That's what separates the wheat from the chaff and the speedrunners. I mean, they seem to not have this kind of an issue because they know where the, they know how to play the game without running out of super missiles or power bombs. And that's a pretty easy trick, by the way. I'm not going to do a frame by frame of that. As long as you know where to do the diagonal jump, it's not bad. And to do diagonal shine spark jumps, it's usually just left or right, whichever direction you want to head. And I like that they gave you the ability to do diagonal shine sparks. And it's not obvious that you can do that. Usually you kind of figure that out by accident, you know? Or at least I did. I didn't know that you could do that, and eventually I figured out you could. Also here, shine spark over here, and it's a lot easier to get this. Now there is a way, I think, to shine spark all the way through this, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And I have enough energy to do it, I just don't know how to do it. Watch out for the yapping maws, of course. I wasted way too much time here in the wrecked ship in Fantoon, but... oh well. I think it's still gonna make for a good Let's Play. You know. As long as I'm not bumbling through the levels, I suppose. Or bumbling through the world. That's why we needed all those power bombs. Because unless you shine spark through all of that, yeah. Here, by the way, if you jump kind of in the middle here, you'll get both of the both sides. And with the wave beam, you can actually get around here and get both of these items without having to loop back and double back on yourself, and that's pretty nice. Because if you don't, it's going to eat up a lot of time because it's got to go all the way back and around, and yeah, it sucks. Not really sure why I did that. I think I did that too early. But oh well. I like how we're a lot more powerful now, and we can take care of these Zebesians a lot easier now. And I also like in this game how there are a lot of degrees of Zebesians, where you have some Zebesians that are easy to defeat, and some Zebesians that require perhaps a special weapon, or have a special attack pattern. And some Zebesians, especially towards the end part of the game, if you know what I mean, well, the penultimate part of the game, have certain attack patterns that make them very difficult to defeat, and I like that. I think it's fun. Now, of course, we head down here. We get some fun stuff. Of course, that's a very specific thing to say, isn't it? Because all of it's fun in this game. You can actually bomb these enemies pretty easily. And this jump always messed me up when I first played the game. But if you know where to jump, it's not too bad. And don't forget over here, an extra super missile. That's nice. I like how the super missiles have larger warheads. They just kind of look like, they look menacing. Or like they're overcompensating for something, I suppose. Here I just had so many missiles, I was just like, to hell with it, I'm gonna waste them. Now there's gonna be a frame by frame soon of one little trick that I had to do. But you'll see. It's not necessarily the wall jump. It's more to do with how to get out of the top part, and you'll see. Wall jumps are easy to do. They're easy to mess up. Now here, you kind of have to mock ball to get around here without having to wall jump again, and it saves a little bit of time. See? If you don't mock ball there, you'll actually drop back down the pit, and it'll eat up a lot more time. But I've already said that, didn't I? I'm repeating myself, obviously. Now over here's kind of a neat little trick. Well, eventually we'll get to it. But first we want to get the missiles here. think those are side hoppers. I'm not 100% sure. Sure, somebody's gonna correct me somewhere. No big deal. And you can get out of there without having to wait for that. Now here's the interesting trick that I found. Instead of having to do like the crystal flash, or the crystal cocoon, or whatever you want to call it, if you do a power bomb, then a super missile right there. If you do it just right, as you see in the frame by frame, I think what happens is the power bomb will actually center the field of view somehow, or center the boundaries or whatever it is. I'm not sure exactly how that works. So if somebody wants to chime in, feel free. But I pretty much copied what Zost did, and it worked for me. So, and it was repeatable as long as I did it precisely. Did take a little bit of practice to figure out what to do there. I'm not sure exactly why that works though. And yes, we're gonna skip Spore Spawn for now. And besides, you can't go back up that way because I believe those are super missile. Well, no, they're not. I'm not sure. No, those are the a certain type of blocks that you can't. They're one-way blocks. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can't go back up there to defeat Spore Spawn. You just pretty much have to keep going, and that's the reality of it. One well-placed power bomb helps there, but I think I may need another. Or maybe not. There may be a trick to keeping that door open, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to do the best I can in this game. There's some things I don't know about, so feel free to chime in, of course. You can get plenty of room there for a speed boost. And that's nice, so you don't have to go too far back to get that. Sometimes you have to kind of go back and forth, but here you really don't. I barely made that power bomb. And of course, another little secret up here. Definitely worth getting. Well, this 100% completion run, you kind of have to, you know. You can pretty much guess where we're headed now. Probably my favorite part of the game, just because there's so many wall jumps and shine sparks and things of that nature. But it really is fun because your powers really become, well, let's just put it this way, you become a lot more powerful in this next section. I mean, Deep Warfare, yeah, you become ultimately powerful there, but here I think is the biggest curve in terms of gaining power in the game. Well, in Maridia, that is. Because, I mean, you get the ultimate jumping upgrade, you get the ultimate weapon upgrade, and that alone is quite a big jump from where you were in terms of your own technology. Of course, don't forget a super bomb here, or power bomb. You can call it a super bomb, power bomb, ultra bomb, whatever, hyper bomb, I don't know, as long as it bombs right. Now that ends this episode, so thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.